if you're watching.
I guess it's important to document the end of the world.
G'day, my name's Zachary Garred and I'm playing Dennis. Dennis is a person in between lives, we might say. He's a bit of a transient individual who finds himself inadvertently caught up in this madness of occupation. Oh yeah, Luke's great. Luke's fantastic. Luke's because Luke's a young director in the scheme of not just his age but also his career. But he's been in the film industry now for the better part. I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but the better part of 15 years. So he's got a great deal of experience in general in production. So he's very efficient. He's very thorough, but he's also with his production, he's very well prepared and very quick and very forthright. But with the actors, he's very loose and he gives us a lot of freedom to bring our own spin on things, our own twist on things, and he's not too precious about dialogue or certain beats. So it's great when you get that kind of freedom because it helps you discover a lot more that sometimes you mightn't even know was there. The cast, I was actually chatting to Carmel, the producer, about this a second ago, saying how fortunate we've been with the whole cast in general because everyone's so individual. There's no cookie cutter here. There's nothing generic about anyone. Everyone's very specific. So you've got luminaries like Jacqueline McKenzie and Felix Williamson and Aaron Jeffrey, and then you've got people like Charles Mazier and Stephanie Jacobson who have been working for so long in America. They've got their own following and their own incredible success over there, and to transplant that back to Australia from America is incredibly fortunate. So we've got a wonderfully diverse cast, and I didn't even put my finger on Tim Morrison, whose career in itself is extraordinary. So we're very fortunate to have this very eclectic mix of actors with decades of experience mixed in with very young people like Rylan and even myself by comparison. I've been working in film and TV for about 15 years, but compared to someone like Tim, it's not very long at all. So it's a wonderful collective, a wonderful group, a wonderful creative ensemble of people all playing such different characters and diverse individuals. So it brings a lot of points of view to the narrative and it gives us a lot to work with. That's what you want. You want a lot of vibrancy. You want people bouncing off each other. You don't want anything stagnant. And everyone is like that. Everyone's so driven and bubbly and committed, and it's a wonderful environment to work in. We're very lucky. Very lucky. Oh, lots. The audience is going to get so much out of this because it's a good old-fashioned genre flick. And Australia, we haven't gone down the genre path too often, apart from horror and things like that. But whenever we have, it's always been really interesting. It's always been really, really interesting. Even when you go back to movies like The Last Wave back in the 80s by Peter Weir and these wonderful kind of action films, but with a lot going on in them. There's a lot of subtext going on too. And this is similar. It's a good old-fashioned action genre with thrills and chases and a whole lot of madness going on, but it's a great story through it and a great collection of characters all thrown into this incredibly unusual circumstance. So this is something that we as Australians don't often do, but when we do it very, very well. And it's always wonderful to have an Australian voice in a classic kind of sci-fi action genre flick. It's great fun.
Chin up, everyone. I've got out of worse situations than this. Been married 3 times.